we can put this to one side and concentrate on this gearbox here. So that is all transfer case nuts and bolts over there. The next thing, we need to take off this top cover. We need to take this off. Now, those of you who are observant will probably see that this has got a filler at the top. Now, I can't remember for the life of me if Series 3's had this. I don't think so. So has somebody put a different cover on? Or is it a 1 ton one, or is it a military one? I'm not sure. We can see from here, I don't know if you can properly pick it up, you can see from here that it's got DZ marked on there. That means these two are a matching set. They do this because when the line bore, when they bore out the tops, they clamp this to the main gearbox casing and then they bore out the tube so these are in line. Because if not, if you've got a little bit of, you know, if they're out of line a little bit, you'll never shift gears. I don't know. Let's see if we can get into this. Now, first of all, we're going to have a problem, as we usually do, with this stop switch, because the stop switch has a flat plate joining, you know, it's an angled bracket joining the top to the bottom. Usually, if we take out the top bolt, that allows us to get the cover off. You'll see in a minute. Yeah, I mean, these are, or has somebody put a, no, it's not a Series 3 front. It is a Series 3 front, but they haven't bolted it onto a Series 2A, have they? I don't know. This is very reminiscent of my Series 1, and that was 1958. So I don't know, maybe somebody could be able to tell me what's going on here. God, don't you just hate it when bolts just won't come out with your fingers. And you can see here at the back our problem we have, because this should just slide off here. And now you can see that broken bearing. This isn't looking good. In fact, I don't think we can use that again. So I can safely say we can throw that out. Is this part of an overdrive? No, it's not an overdrive, is it? So let's get a bloody bolt and it just won't come out. There we go. Now it's come out. So the next thing we're going to take off is these bolts off here. Now we should have a stockade that goes onto there. Yeah. Bloody needle rollers everywhere, I better throw them in the bin, otherwise I'll be falling on my ass. These keep the selector balls in place. So you'll find there's a spring, and that's a new spring, so somebody's changed that spring. Let's see, can you see a bit better there? That's better. There's a rubber seal, that's been replaced. Now we won't get to the ball until we've taken all this to bits. This is going to be interesting, getting this out of here. What the heck bolts are them? What bolts are those? Yep. Yeah, they put metric bolts in. Perhaps now you'll be able to see what I was talking about. I should have seen it. It's, you usually can tell off the heads, but metric 10mm seems to fit quite nice. Just be patient, I'll get them off. Yeah, they're not right. I suppose they fit. Very shortly you'll be able to see my dilemma about these holes. I don't know why they've done it like this. Yeah, they've put new springs in there, look. There's new springs, and because they're not aged, if you see what I mean, like they go a bit rusty type thing. And you can see now when I get this bolt out what they've done here. They've drilled them out, look. They must have had a job trying to fit them. No wonder. Do we need to take this out? Yes, we'll take it out. Take that out, take the cap off, put it over there. Now we need to get that nut off there. Is that going to fit? No. Oh, maybe. Yep. Because there is yet another spring and ball in there. Now, we have to be very, very careful now because we're going to lose the springs and the balls in here when we take these two bolts off. So, not that one, that one, that one. If you've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, I don't know if you can see here, there's a little hole there. That was the breather for the gearbox so it doesn't blow seals, but it is a bit smaller. What happens on all the cars is that this hole used to get all covered in mud, block up, and they used to leak. So what we'll suggest is to tap a pipe fitting into there, and so you could run a plastic pipe up. Right, so that's it, we're into there. Can we tap this? There we go. Yeah, they put sealer everywhere. And there is our ball trapped in there. It's a bit tight. Take that out, put it over there. Next we'll get another magnet. There we go. Oh, probably come here. That didn't kind of work out to plan, did it? But we'll put all those bits on a magnet over there. Now we can see inside. Actually, that's good. Do you know something? That is quite loose on there. So let me just concentrate on this bit here. See if we can get this piece off. You see, there's a special washer and a locking washer holds that on. Off. Oh, they don't do much, do they? Yeah, that's a bit marmalised. This is the little washer that you want to keep hold of. And put that with a magnet over there. Oh yeah, there it goes, look. Do you know, I'm more than ever convinced that this has had an overdrive on it and it's blown up, because this should be a gear, and I bet you that's its problem. the overdrive's knackered up, because this should be, like I say, it should be a gear. Get that off, and now we're on to our bearing, which is nice. Right, now we've got to get these out. Now there is a sort of a technique for getting these out, and I completely forgot which way it is. I think, do we have to take reverse out first? Nope. Do we have to take second gear out first? Oh, wait a minute, I think we have to flick this back. There. Then that will come out. Will it? Yes, it will. So that's that one out. Then we can get that one out. Like that. So we're starting 1, 2, 3. And then we can get that one out. Oh yeah, it is a series 3. It is a series 3. It had the same series 2 synchro at the front. I think it just looks too clean to me. I tell you what we'll do now. We'll disassemble the front cover, because you see inside there, when I'm looking at this series 3 synchro unit, it looks remarkably clean. That looks remarkably loose. There was no shims in these gearboxes. There was no shims at all. But like I said, the synchro unit looks clean, but the rest of the gears don't match. So I wonder if they've had a few problems with this. We shall see. So what we're going to do now, we're going to turn it the other way around. Take this series of bolts out of here, because if I can remember rightly, these were a little bit naughty to get out. Oh, it's been years since I've done one of these. Honestly, it's been years. Extension is required. It must be 15 years. I did one of these in New Zealand. Oh no, it must have been 25 years since that's still a Series 3. There's so many Series 2s here, there wasn't that many Series 3s here. They're just rusted away before your very eyes. So nobody really bothered with them. Apparently it was something to do with, when I was growing up, there was an awful lot of strikes in the UK, and with the steelworks on strike, British Leyland couldn't get any decent quality steel, so they had to resort to getting Yugoslavian steel, which wasn't very good. It wasn't very good at all. So they rusted out, and that's why you see so many North American ones. The series trucks needed so many repairs, like welding, bulkheads, chassis, anything that was made of metal, it just disappeared. Now, how am I going to get that off? Because I bet you that this, I'm just going to give this a little tap, see if it moves. You can hear from when it rings like that, you know that it's not going to come out easy. And I can't get a tool in to get that out. And I need to be behind here, because I do believe there's a nut there. Let crow's foot get it out. Oop, right do. Yes! Handy tool, handy dandy, crow's foot, get a set. Ta-da! Now, as I say, somebody's been into this before. You can see there's grease still on the oil seal. And you can see there's grease around here. Now, that's interesting, isn't it? Bearings a bit sloppy, but these old ball bearings used to be a little bit sloppy. Now, how are we going to get this out? Which way does it go out? Do we have to take the tab washer off and the nut, and then the cover will come off? I do believe that's the way. Or do we leave the tab washer on and just pull it off from the shaft? Well, let's have a go at both ways. What size is that? Not that one. It's not that one. Is it that one? That's 5/16 Whitworth, but that for some reason is a bit too tight fit. Just a bit too long. I want to use a short bar because otherwise it'll rattle around. A short extension, should I say. There we go. See, they put Loctite on it, which is good. Now, is that going to come off in one unit? Because I know that holds the front on. Have they done it a different way? I don't know. Well, like I said, this is just a strip down video, not a complete. Let's check this. Let's have a look. That's a nut and bolt. What size are them? Whitworth stuff's bloody awful. Yeah, that's it. Now I expect this just to fall apart. Well, I say I expect, but I expect it to fall apart and everything will go everywhere. But this is just really a strip down video, not to show you how to put it back together again. Let's have a little bit of a tip tap. It started to break, I do believe. Yeah, these gaskets are making life just that little bit more interesting. Yeah, wait a minute. Now is that going to move on that shaft? Because the gear that's behind here overlocks another gear inside. It's very difficult to try and show you and to explain, but it, yeah. Go on. When we put it back together again, we're going to put it back together in a different fashion. Let's sort of see what I'm on about. Come on. It's not driving on there, so why won't that come out? We're in. So, what I was trying to say was, this is the way it goes. There's a little tapered washer here, which is also a spacer, which goes into here and here, which is your gear. So you can see by pulling off the front, you've got to get this gear off the spline. Alright, well, we're not going to concern ourselves too much with that at the moment. We'll put that over there. We'll put this, we'll put it on the bloody floor, I think. Throw this pallet. because we want to see what's in here.